Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ill Blur Matic Shooby-Doo-Doo. Oh yeah. Welcome back to Ill Blur Matic. What is going on, guys? Today's new movie review is going to be on the Get Out. So this movie starts off in a very weird fashion. We see this brother going in the suburbs. He's a little paranoid. He's on the phone talking to someone. And we see pretty much this brother get kidnapped, literally in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And taken away in a car. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere was creepy. Him saying that he wasn't comfortable being in the suburbs because he felt like he surrounded by white people. These neighborhoods are dark. Just his, I guess you could say, not wanting to be around white people was his issue. But let's get right back into it. So after that happens, we are introduced to two of the characters. We're introduced to Chris. Chris is a brother. You know what I'm saying? Rose is a white girl. And pretty much they're in a interracial relationship that they got going on. So Rose pretty much wants Chris to meet her parents. So this is what happens next. Pretty much we see Chris meeting the family. So we're introduced to Rose's mother and father. They say some stuff that kind of is odd, to some degree, and Chris is kind of like uncomfortable. You can kind of see he's a little uncomfortable being there, and also she's also introduces her brother too, and he's saying how I guess black people are like athletic. We also hear with Rose's mother saying certain things about his trauma that he has, Chris, and also the father kind of making a joke about his grandfather going against Jesse Owens. And losing to him. Also, we're introduced to some other characters, Georgina and this other man they call Grandpa. And with Georgina and Grandpa, they have very odd behavior. We see Grandpa just running around in nighttime, just running in a position, you know what I'm saying, like army style. Georgina seems a little odd, she's like this happy-go-lucky, like she's been conditioned to some degree, and we see that with her too. And Chris starting to figure out the puzzle pieces. And what I like about this film is we automatically think Rose is just such a good person. Rose flips the script in this movie. I cannot lie. I was like, whoa. Chris found out what was going on with her family. It seems like Rose plays pretty much like she's not racist and she likes interracial relationships, but she's had multiple lovers that were black men, and shockingly, Georgina was one. I was like, oh my God, because now it made sense. She made a joke about certain things, and I'm just like, did her and Georgina hook up? Wait, it was a couple, right? You know what I'm saying? I kind of figured that. And Chris is trying to escape the situation, but before he can escape, pretty much the family already like, yo, you're not going nowhere, bro. You not going nowhere. And even I forgot to mention, before this situation took place, we met other people that were pretty much elites. Pretty much her family and the people that they're around are wealthy elites of society. And I also forgot to mention Lakeith's character. Pretty much Andre comes back. That was the one that was kidnapped at the very beginning. And we see he's been conditioned and he's dating this older white woman. And he's pretty much like conditioned himself. He don't like the urban community anymore. He's like so suburban now. You know what I'm saying? So he's got like a different outlook. And maybe it has something to do with him being kidnapped. And even when Chris had the altercation with him, literally just trying to, chop it up with them, see what's really going on, because he's the only brother there besides Chris. Pretty much Chris is like, yo, I think he calls his friend up, which is played by a comedian, Little Rail, and his name is actually Rod in the movie. And Rod said, what, Andre? Like, wasn't he missing from Brooklyn for so many years ago? And they started to put the puzzle pieces together. So I like how the movie took for a turn. We learned about Andre, who he really was. But before Chris could get away, pretty much they end up taking him to this room, and he's in this room, and pretty much he finds out what is the real motivation behind Rose's family. And what I gotta say is, it was crazy. Pretty much they wanted Chris's body, and they wanted to pretty much put someone else's brain and everything inside of him. So pretty much Chris would have been an empty vessel. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to, pretty much human trafficking if you really think about it. They're taking parts because her father pretty much was a neurosurgeon. We see the brother and him, they're fighting and tussling and stuff. And I was like, man, even Rose was a trip. She wasn't trying to let Chris leave either. And we see pretty much Grandpa stand his ground towards Rose. Before Chris could get away, he shoots Rose. Then Grandpa shoots himself. So pretty much we see that. We also see the issue with Georgina, pretty much too, trying to kill Chris. It seemed like Grandma and Grandpa were already, her grandparents were the black people. And I was like, whoa! I was like, this is crazy, yo. But the ending was very shocking. I didn't expect certain things to happen. The themes were very crazy. And it also showed you sometimes interracial dating, the dangers of it. Not saying that this is completely true, but there are dangers with dating, someone else of a different culture. You know what I'm saying? And also we saw the issues with Rose. Rose pretty much had a fetish for black people. You know what I'm saying? She romanticized them. There's a scene where she's kind of like pretty much in a room, and you see all the pictures of her, and then even when she's online, she looking at, ooh, who's the next chocolate brother I can get at? You know what I'm saying? The film, I definitely gotta say, love the cast for this film. Lil Rel did a good job playing Rod. I also like Daniel Kaluuya's character, and just the chemistry between him and Rod. They're being like close friends. Rose, very deceptive and kind of deceiving. You know what I'm saying? She's kind of, that way. Lakeith Stanfield's performance in this movie was very interesting, very different. You know what I'm saying? He plays very different odd roles, and it really works. And like I said, Rose's performance was crazy. I was like, oh my God. And like I said, the themes that were in it, you know what I'm saying, just being conditioned, you know what I'm saying, people having a fetish for black people, you know what I'm saying, and not really being romantically into them. They just have a fetish for them because of with their body and just their athleticism to some degree. Was kind of, it's something that you hear about in history. So it wasn't like too unrealistic. There was some realistic aspects to it. Props to you know what I'm saying, Jordan Peele for this. Like, I really like what he does with films. Very edgy. The music was on point when it came to like the horror stuff. And like I said, I definitely got to give this film an A. Like, I really enjoy what Jordan Peele has done to the horror genre. It's a lot of realism and just how things happen and stuff. And like I said, it was definitely one of the films I enjoy. Have you seen The Get Out? You tell me in the comments. It's your boy, Ill Blurmatic, guys. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking. You have not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Have a great day, and I'm out. Ill Blurmatic, and the saga continues. Oh, yeah.